welcome to today's video. How are you? I'm doing alright myself. So today's video is going to be a review and demo of the Pastel UV cake liners from Beauty Bar Baby. So these liners all did come in a bundle. I know Beauty Bar Baby is a little bit more of like an Instagram or like niche brand. They're a little bit smaller. And I just wanted to try these out because the colors really spoke to me, because I've seen these kind of products before, but I don't see them often in pastels. So that was something that really caught my eye. And before I keep going, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe and ring the bell if you guys like watching any of my videos. Feel free to like this and comment down below if you find it helpful or informative or any of that fun stuff. And feel free to stick around for more videos coming up so we can keep talking makeup together. Now, for all these guys, this is a bundle of 7. I'm gonna try to hold them all up at once. We'll see. I don't know if I can. Ho ho ho! There they are. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. Okay, so I'll go through each shade with you guys. My first shade here is called Gumballs. So this is like a pastel periwinkle blue. Very cute. The next shade is Marshmallow Bits. So this one is like a pastel purple, a little bit like a lavender kind of shade. The next shade here is Candy Buttons, so like a pastel hot pink. This one is Jelly Fruit. Now this one I'm looking in the viewfinder and it's not translating quite as intense as it is in real life. It's like a neon peach, so it is really pretty. This one is Sour Lollipop, so like a neon pastel lime green. Saltwater Taffy. So this one is kind of like a pastel teal, almost. So it's got like a pretty equal mix of blue and green. And lastly, Lemon Drops, which is like a pastel highlighter yellow. So those are all the shades. Now you're gonna see me apply each shade on my eyes. We do this look together. So you'll see how they apply and you'll also get to see how the eyeshadow applies. And as I mentioned later in the video, I'm also going to do a check-in this evening as well, just to see if these like kind of cake off or crumble or crack or anything like that, to see how they wear throughout the day, because I'm filming a little bit earlier than I normally would, so I figured I could throw that in as well. So with that, I will let us get into the demo. Okay, welcome to the demo portion of this review. So I have all my colors kind of laid out in front of me. I think I'm going to do 2 different like color schemes on each eye. So on my first eye, I'm going to do Gumballs, Marshmallow Bits, and Lemon Drops. So, so these 3 are going to be on my first eye. On eyeball number 2, oh my god, can I pick these up? There we go. We're going to do Saltwater Taffy on the top, Sour Lollipop on the left, and Jelly Fruit on the right. So hopefully this goes how I want it. I only have like a vague idea of what I want to do really. I have Cut Creaser's Instagram open on my phone here for inspiration. Now, because this is going to be a little bit more of like intensive work in terms of like symmetry and all that kind of fun stuff, I'm probably not going to talk too much while I'm doing this, but you guys will get plenty of thoughts out of me in the actual like review portion of this video. I am going to... Did I just take my foundation off from her? Dang. I am gonna just like pop on my headband to get everything out of my way, and we will bring you guys in. Alright, so for my like liquid medium, I just have my Fix Plus here. I'm gonna spray some out into a couple of the caps here. And then I also just have some paper towel at the ready too, just so I can kind of like wipe off and go from there. I have 2 little detaily brushes with me. I have my Suva Beauty 610 and my MAC 210? Yeah. So you guys can see. Super tiny little baby brushes that are just made for this. And I also do have my Morphe R45 on deck as well in case I need it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the shade Marshmallow Bits, which is the purple. Just going to wet my brush here and mix all that up. And I'm going to start from my outer corner. Whew, she is pigmented. A queen. Okay, I love that color so much. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean off that brush. So I'm basically just putting it in water and then wiping it off on a paper towel until it runs clear, or at least like clear enough. So color number 2 is Gumballs, my blue. So I'm gonna wet my brush again, and let's see. Okay, I do see a little bit more skin through this one, but it does say on her website that you can layer them. So I am just gonna get this as even as I can right now. But then I also will just do a second layer if I feel like I need to. And I'm just gonna dip a little bit into that purple. There we go. And just kind of wiggle them together to fade them out. Okay, color number 3 is Lemon Drops. Oh, my voice just cracked like I was hitting puberty. Beautiful. Looking at the brush, I think this one might be sheer too, but let's see. Yeah, this one's a little bit sheer as well. Nothing too bad, but I think this one will need a second layer to just make it really nice and even. Oh, I do like this little trio. Okay, so now I'm gonna just go back in and kind of blend back and forth between some of the colors. So this is eye number 1 with all 3 shades. I wanted to try out like a different, like more fun kind of shape. So that's how that looks. So I'm just gonna do like a quick little reset of my station here and then come back and do eye number 2 for you guys. Whew, okay, eye number 2, I'm all set up over here. Oh, where do I wanna start? Okay, I'm gonna start with Saltwater Taffy. So we're gonna do obviously the same shape on both eyes for some semblance of symmetry within all this. Well, I don't like this brush for this. I'm gonna switch brushes really quick. The Suva one's just like a little bit more stiff. And I need flex, I don't need stiff. I think that's too high, but I can't quite tell yet. Either way, these are pretty easy to even out because we can just go in with a clean brush and some water and just kind of shave it off. So it's not a huge deal, but obviously I want to get it as even as possible. Okay, so now we're hopping into Sour Lollipop. I'm just going to stick with the MAC 210. That's what's been working best for me. This one is a little sheer. It looks pretty similar on the eye to the yellow, and it's also kind of sheer like the yellow was. All right, and Jelly Fruit for the inner corner. This one doesn't come across very orange or like very peach. It looks like almost like skin. It looks like more like a skin tone kind of shade. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that color. I am gonna do a little cleanup. There we go. Okay, that's better. So I am going to go through and blend in between some of the shades on this, on that eye, as if it's not my own eye. I'm trying to layer up the green a little bit. It's not layering up super great. And I'm also going to be trying to layer up the orange. So we'll see how that goes. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more, clean up a little bit more evening, and then I have one more color to show you guys. Okay, so that's about as even as I feel like I'm gonna get them. So I got one more color, Candy Buttons here. So I think I'm just gonna do some sort of like polka dot situation or something like that. I'm gonna do it on both eyes for the sake of symmetry. Okay, very spicy, very spicy. And then the last thing I have is the little single shadow that I also picked up in the shade Peach Nectar. So it's kind of like a pinky duochrome and like a white base. So I'm gonna pick a little bit of that up on like a flat shadow brush. I'm gonna pop this in my inner corner. It is like a little bit flaky. I feel like using this wet would make it like super intense, but I think it still looks nice like as it is too. I'm gonna use it wet. Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna pick some of that up with my brush, spritz it. Did I break the pump on this? There we go. Holy. Panicked for a second there. I don't want to pay for another one. Okay. Yeah, I like that better wet. Okay. Yeah, I really prefer that wet. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna just do like my liner, my mascara. I'm gonna put on some fake lashes, and then I will be back to give you guys my final thoughts. Okay, we are back. My eyes are done. I have my lashes on. My lashes are actually the Nicole Guerrero and Allure collab, which I know happened a super long time ago, but I found a pair of them at Winners and I could not buy them. So, I of course needed them. So this is the finished look. I'll bring you guys in. Is my symmetry perfect? No. Is anybody gonna clock me for it? I hope not. But yeah, this is all the shades. I'm super happy with it. So far it looks really, really nice. I'm gonna come in and check in later as well, just to show you guys if they like crack or anything like that. It's 1 o'clock right now, and I'll come back probably like sometime in the evening, because I'm also filming a wear test right now too, just to show you guys how they look much later. In terms of how they look right now, nothing's cracking or anything yet, but we shall see. I did get a black light off of Amazon, so I'm gonna kind of turn my lights down and we will see if my eyeballs glow in the dark. It's very dark and very yellow in here now because the actual light in this room is very yellow. So let's... Oh, I look like a party. Fantastic. Here, bring you guys in. This looks so cool. Woo! I know you do lose like a good amount of the color, I think. The pink still looks pretty pink. I'm trying to like hold it far back just so it's not like washing everything out. But I think it still looks like pretty cool. Even my hair still glows a little bit because I used to have glow in the dark hair. But yeah, these actually, they all do glow. My teeth are glowing, which is terrifying. But yeah, they do glow. So that's super, super cool. I'm gonna fix my lights and come back in just a sec here. Okay, I am back. So I am also gonna film swatches for you guys and leave them at the very end of the video. I did put on fake tan like right before I started filming, which wasn't the smartest. So I'm gonna film swatches for you guys in regular light and under UV light as well, so you can see each color individually, and I will put in little labels like kind of like in post so you guys can see that. But overall, so far I'm quite happy. In terms of the actual cost, these came in a bundle. So the bundle for these was $28 US. I'm not quite sure what that converts to Canadian because I did also purchase that eyeshadow and I had to pay for shipping, and I know shipping was kind of pricey coming to Canada, which kind of sucked. But yeah, $28 US. So I would assume like somewhere between $35-ish to $40 Canadian. In terms of size, they are a little bit small, you know, they're little baby sizes. A little bit does go a long way. Like I found with these, let me hold this up so you can see. So this has been used, and it's kind of like barely even put a dent in. Like you can barely even tell that I've used it. Meanwhile, with my ones from Anastasia, as I showed you guys in that video, there was like visible dents in each color, and there was like intense visible use. So I'm not sure if it's maybe a slight difference in formulation. I do think these have a little bit more pigment than the Anastasia ones do. There were those few that were a little bit sheer, but overall, like, I still think that they looked really, really good. They layered just fine. My brain just turned off. Yeah, they layered totally fine. So I'm not too concerned about the size of these just because a little bit did go quite a long way. There's no like visible divots in the product, and again, this isn't something that you're going to wear every single day. Plus, I still think this is a much better value because while they are a little bit on the smaller side, you are getting so many colors. So in terms of, say, like, I know the Suva Beauty ones are much, much bigger, but you're only getting that one shade, whereas with these guys you're getting 7. Yes, I can count. So overall, I think it's still a really, really good value if it's something that you're interested in. This brand does also do like regular rainbow colored ones that glow under black light and everything like that, and they also do sell them in a bundle. I will link the brand's website and Instagram down below so you guys can look through their products, because they do also sell eyeshadows, highlighters, I believe, and all that kind of fun stuff. So everything will be linked down below if you guys do want to browse their website. In terms of the eyeshadow, this little friend here, the Peach Nectar, hold this up again so you guys can see. I'll also insert a swatch of this at the end with all the shadows, but I'll swatch it now for you guys too. So I want to show you on my finger first. You can see how it's like a little bit flaky. I feel like if this formula was just, wet's not the right word, but if it was a little bit less dry, I feel like it would be even better, because while it does look nice, I feel like it could be even more intense with a slight change in formula, because the color is really, really nice. Because with this, like, you really have to kind of like buff it in or use it wet. I'm like totally fine to use it wet. I think it looks nice on the inner corners used that way, but I think it's something that you just might want to keep in mind if you are looking to purchase any of their shadows. And with that, I will see you guys during my final check-in. Good evening, my friends. It is the nighttime. It is 10:53 p.m. So I've had these liners on for quite a while now. I will zoom you guys in so we can take a look. I feel like they still look pretty good. I didn't really notice any like cracking, crinkling, none of that. Some areas do look a little bit thick because I did have to layer the product. I haven't lost any chunks of product or anything like that, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. Overall, I think these wore really well, even if I like touch, no problems, nothing on my fingers. So these wore really, really, really well considering how long I've had them on. I'm gonna scoot you guys back now. Ooh, I'm very shiny. I'm a little oily. Yeah, so I feel like these liners are really, really great. I'm super happy with how they wore. I'm super happy with how they look. Again, like, I've had issues with other liners like cracking or crinkling in the past and kind of falling off. That was like an issue that I've had with the Suva Beauty liners before. So I'm really, really happy with these. This is the first experience that I've had with this brand, but I do see myself ordering more of their products in the future if they do release anything that does really speak to me. In terms of the eyeshadow, the Peach Nectar, that also wore quite well. I have touched the inner corners of my eyes, so I have taken a little bit of it off. But it has worn really, really well. Definitely happy with it. I think I only ever do see myself using it wet or over a sticky base to really intensify it. But it was also, again, like very, very cost efficient. I think that was like $6 US. So not, you know, a huge dent in my wallet or anything like that. Probably with the conversion around maybe like $9 to $10, which is about the same price as like a MAC eyeshadow, for example. My one gripe is that I do have like a MAC Pro palette that I keep all my singles in, but I can't put this in because there's no magnet on the back. It's just metal, so it doesn't stick into my palette. That is like one thing that just kind of, you know, because then I just got to keep it in this because this is the only thing that I have to put stuff in. So that grinds my gears just a titch. But other than that, I'm very, very satisfied, especially with their price points and stuff like that. And if you are based in the US especially, it is really, really affordable. I do have a gripe with the shipping. Paying, I think it was $18 US for shipping. Actually, no, $18 Canadian for shipping, like, hurts. It was definitely like fairly costly. I don't see why it would cost $18 to ship it, because it was a very, very light, very small package. So I have no idea why it would cost that much. Yeah, so overall, I do recommend these bad boys. The brand owner is pretty interactive on Instagram as well, so if you guys do have any questions, I'm sure they'll be able to answer them, no problem. Like I said, all that will be linked down below for easy finding. And of course, stay tuned to the very end of this video, because that's where I am going to insert all of the swatches. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had a good time. Again, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, comment down below and let me know what you think, and subscribe and hit the bell so you can see more of my videos. Bye guys!